Greetings and welcome back, everyone, to Board Game Night, where we are once again playing Talisman. Though, as you can see, kind of in the background there, behind all the cards that I've got to pick from, we've got all of the expansions active. I am joined this time by Marbozir.
Hi, everyone.
Shenryyr.
Hello there.
And newcomer to Board Game Night, Steejo.
Hey!
Who everyone on my channel will know as Steeljo.
No.
So.
Steeljo.
Steejo.
Steeljo.
I like Steeljo.
You're on a timer here.
Okay, now I've got a cat burglar. This is a class I haven't seen before. Let's have a look at you. Oh, that's kind of cool. I can encounter any tile with more than 2 or more cards. I can choose what order I encounter them in.
Do you get to see what they are first?
Yeah, you can have a look at each card and decide what you want to pick. But you've only got you've got 3 random cards. That's the rule that we're playing with here. Is we're given 3 cards to pick from. We can choose out of those 3, but we can't just go through the entire deck of heroes and pick whichever one we most want. Or we'd all be the assassin every time.
So are you sold on the burglar?
No, I'm just having a quick look at the secondary kind of ability. No, I don't think I'm going to go for the cat burglar. We've got the same.
I like how you can see it, but we can't.
I know. Would you like me to read
because
this
screw
out?
these other guys.
Would you like me to read them out?
Yeah, whatever's the interesting parts.
Okay. Sage. Special abilities. You begin the game with 1 spell. If you do not have any spells at the start of your turn, you may gain 1 spell.
That sounds familiar.
You always know what the top card is on the adventure and spell deck. You may look at them whenever you wish. When you roll the die for your move, you may ignore the result of your first die and roll again. You must accept the result of the second die. It starts in the village and its alignment is neutral. The Gambler, which is my second choice, is special abilities. You may tempt fate with a character that you land on. You and the other character must roll 1 die and add your craft. If the score is equal to or higher than the other character's score, you gain 1 fate. Otherwise, you must choose to lose 1 fate or 1 life. After you make a die roll, you may discard fate to reduce the odds, add 1 or subtract 1 from the result of each fate for each fate you discard. So you can basically tailor your die roll. That's an interesting one. During your turn, you may sell any trophies you have for gold. Discard the chosen trophies and gain 1 gold for each. You're always neutral. Ignore any effect that changes you otherwise. And since I didn't read it out, Cat Burglar, whenever you encounter a space with 2 or more cards, you may encounter the cards in any order you wish, instead of the order of their encounter number. If 2 or more enemies have the same encounter number, they still fight together in the battle or psychic combat as normal. Whenever you visit a card or space that allows you to buy an object, you may burgle instead. To do so, choose 1 object that is available to purchase from the encounter, roll 1 die, and add the result to the object's cost. If the score is equal to or lower than your craft, you take the card for free. If the score is higher than your craft, you must miss your next turn and discard the object.
Oh, wow.
So, it's a powerful card, certainly. But I'm going to go for the Sage, I think.
Yeah, the free spell sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that gives you free spells is amazing.
Right.
Just because it's bald.
Here, Steejo, understand that almost everything you do in this game, everyone will see, except spells.
All right.
They will not see what spell you've got. They'll see that you drew a spell, but they won't know what it is. That I didn't understand the first time I played.
Yeah. Spells are a little tricky to use as well. Some of them require you to use them on other people's turns.
Yeah.
Some of them require you to use them at certain parts of a turn. It can be a little bit awkward, but you'll get used to it.
Ooh, Steeljo's got the choice for the Cat Burglar, the Valkyrie, or the Minstrel.
Well, I had the Minstrel last game, and it worked out well, but the Minstrel's special ability, I never used it once because I never encountered a beast. You have to encounter a beast and you can charm it, but I never had a beast. You encounter
many more beasts with the expansions because some of the expanded areas off to the corners of the board
have the Highlands.
Have much higher amounts of beasts in them than like raiders or anything.
Not so much in the city.
Read out the Valkyrie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a new one.
So the Valkyrie, the special ability is you may add 1 to your attack score during battle. You may also visit the graveyard as if you were of evil alignment. Whenever a follower is killed, you may resurrect it and keep it as your follower instead of allowing it to be placed on a discard pile. You may only resurrect each follower once per turn.
Once per turn. Each follower once per
That's
turn.
not bad.
amazing.
Yeah.
Is that good?
That
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's
That is
pretty damn
really
good.
I'll take the chick with the
Okay.
spear then.
Very
Done.
well.
Oh, that's a shame.
Highlander.
All right, my turn.
Right, the Highlander and the Gypsy are new cards to
So,
us.
Highlander, you need not... Wait, what? You need not roll the die in the crags or in the chasm unless you wish to. These are like single areas on the outside world, I think.
Yeah.
If you choose to roll, you must accept the result. Whenever you land on the hills, you may draw 2 adventure cards instead of just 1, but you must
wow.
encounter both cards. If there is a card already on the hills when you land there, you may draw a second card, but you must encounter both cards. And whenever you are about to engage in battle, you may charge and add 2 to your attack score. If you charge, you must miss your next turn, recovering your wits.
Oh, ouch.
Start location, the crags, alignment neutral. So that's the Highlander. Let's check the Gypsy. You begin the game with 1 spell. Whenever an event is drawn, you may use the power of foretelling and choose to be unaffected by the event, although all other characters are affected as normal. Whenever another character places a spell on the discard pile, you may take it and add it to your own spells, if your craft allows. Whenever you discard a spell, it is placed at the bottom of the discard pile. That's really good!
That
sounds
is really
amazing.
good.
I
Yeah.
actually like that a lot. I'll go with the Gypsy then.
Hey.
There.
So
And
what
I
is
get
the,
to draw a spell.
So what is the limit on your spells via your crafting score? Is it 1 spell per 3 craft?
I don't actually remember, but it does depend on craft.
I don't recall, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's like 4 or 5 for 2 spells? I have no idea. I don't remember.
Yeah.
All right, so I get choices of monk, ninja, or knight. Let's take a look at the monk. Oh, this one's not new, is it?
You got the coolest sounding characters.
All right, so
choose
monk,
from.
your inner belief allows you to add your starting craft to your strength during battle. Oh, wow. After
That's
rolling the
actually
die
cool.
when praying, you may add 1 to the score. Praying is at the church, right?
Yeah.
You may not use any weapon or armor during battle. Ouch.
That
So
takes a lot away.
So no items. And the armor is the stuff that saves you from dying, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ouch. Okay. The ninja. This is new to us. You may never have followers. Okay. You may make a secret strike when you attack a character or creature. You cannot do this when you are attacked. The battle takes place as normal, except that you deduct your craft value from your opponent's attack score. Whoa.
In the
Wow.
stream that I did of Talisman a little while ago, one of the viewers had the ninja. It was honestly more OP than the assassin.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Far more OP. So often they would just land on a tile and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm fine. I've got a really strong craft." And it was like, "No. You failed to remember. I'm taking my craft away from your attack score." It's like,
Right.
oh, yeah.
I win because
now I've got
reasons.
2. Yeah.
All right, you may evade enemies in any region except the inner region. Whenever you visit the city, tavern, village, chapel, or graveyard, you may draw 1 adventure card instead of resolving the instructions on that tile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the knight.
Can't possibly be more OP than the ninja.
You begin the game with a sword and armor from the purchase deck. After rolling the die when praying, you may add up to 2 to the score. You are always good. Ignore the effect that changes your good alignment. You may not attack other good characters when you encounter them, except on the Crown of Command space, where you must attack them as normal. I think I'm going to try out the ninja. That sounded amazing.
Yeah.
I think I might,
I think that's the obvious choice
think
here.
Yeah. I think I'll just have a look at the ninja. You know?
I'll just take the most OP character.
So what are these little icons on our
Let's
actual
go-
tile?
What expansion it comes from.
Oh, okay.
And that's the same on all of the cards. All of the cards have these little things that let you know where they came from. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I can have a look at the top card on the adventure deck and the spell deck, which is pretty awesome. Okay, now, Steejo, just so you know, space will always do the topmost action on the right. So to roll the dice, you can click on the glowing dice at the top, or you can just hit space.
Okay.
Now, if you roll a 1, we've got the Reaper in this. If you roll a 1, the Reaper, you can then move the Reaper. You can only move it, you roll the dice and move it around. Your objective is to cause the Reaper to land on a tile with other players in it, and then they have to face the Reaper. They can flat out be insta-killed by this.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
It is a powerful, powerful thing to do.
So we didn't play with the Reaper last time. What is the Reaper?
It's from the expansion.
Yeah, the Reaper is from the expansion. Basically, it's the Grim Reaper. You know the dice with Death Reaper? It's basically that mobile. Every time someone rolls a 1 as their movement turn, they take their turn as normal. Then after their turn, they move the Reaper. So they roll for its movement, move it to a new tile, put it down. If it lands on a tile with other people there, and only then, I think you can move onto a tile with the Reaper without effect. But if it lands on you in its turn, you have to face the Reaper, and it's just a flat die roll. There's a number of different things that can happen. Some of them positive, most of them bad, and there is one that is flat out, you die. There's there's no health or anything like that. It's just flat out, you're dead.
Even if you're a ninja.
Yep.
I don't want to be dead.
Tough. Right. Droid adventure cards. I know. Oh, wait. I'm drawing. See, I went here thinking, I know what I'm going to find because I've already had a look at the deck. I didn't actually because there's a different deck of adventure cards for each of the corner boards. Okay, well, this is not the best thing for me to fight, but okay. A shadow stalker is silently hunting for prey in this area. It will remain here until it is killed. Very well. Let's have a fight then.
3 strength. You can do this.
By the way, if I remember right, the side areas have tougher creatures most of the time.
Oh, rolled a 1.
Nice roll, bro.
So bad. And it rolled a 5. Now, I could spend a fate here to re-roll the dice, but since it rolled a 5, I would have to roll a 6 to equal it. I can't.
Yeah, you can only re-roll your die.
Yeah. So I'll just take the loss and lose a little bit of health.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's okay. It's okay. I'll be fine.
So what are these parts of the map called, these corner areas?
Just expansion boards, I guess. Now, let's have a look at what else I'm going to find in here. Oh, my lord. That's just a nasty card, the next event. I'm not liking this whole sage thing. I don't like knowing my fate.
Oh, right.
All right.
I've got.
So the first thing you do is roll, and then that'll figure out how far you move.
Yeah.
Okay, dokie.
Hey,
Nice.
he gets to control death as well.
Yeah. Now you can click on a card before you go there, and it'll show you down the bottom then what that card is like and how many cards you're going to draw from it.
You mean the tile on the map, right?
Yeah. Sorry, the tile on the map, and they'll let you know what you'll do when you go there. You can zoom in. Makes clicking on tiles much easier.
Right.
Also, if you get the opportunity, you can land on a tile with other people there. In which case, you can choose to either resolve the tile or face the people, and then you can do things.
When did you learn how you could zoom in? I never knew you could do that. It's amazing.
I've always known, actually. I just rolled the mouse wheel and found it a while ago.
Ecor.
See, that's what I thought I was going to fight when I had an encounter because I'd already checked. And it's like, right. Yeah. That's why I went into it. It's like, yeah, it'll be all right.
This cowardly creature will flee from anyone stronger than him. If you're Strength this Island 2, the Ecor will flee 1 space clockwise instead of fighting you. Otherwise, it will remain here until killed. All right. Encounter.
Ecor's like, no.
Yeah, it wasn't having it. Oh, I get to move the Reaper now. That's right. 3. So,
does the Reaper leave that circle through the guards bridge thing?
Yeah.
Cool.
So what? Sir, what?
So there's only one easy way to get back and forth from this part of the map that we're in to the inner part of the map. See that river that blocks us? There is a bridge on the bottom there, bridge guarded by a big statue.
Oh,
if you move the Reaper towards that bridge, you can have the Reaper come across and we can start encountering the Reaper.
How about let's not do that?
Let's do that.
Too late.
I like the Reaper mechanic because it, as far as your movement goes, it gives you a positive for having the worst movement dice that you could roll.
True. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to move into the village and encounter the Mystic, I guess. And ignored.
He ignored you.
I have no time for you.
I could reroll if I want
time.
to. Nah, I'm not going to reroll.
Fate
So I
is-
guess that's my turn.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
fate
did we
is-
not go over what these numbers are?
Yeah,
We
let's
should
quickly
try
go
to go
over
over these
that.
numbers. So if you click on the portraits on the left, it'll expand it, and you can see the numbers for everyone.
Yep.
The gold number is your gold. The purple is your fate. The red is your strength. Is that right? Strength? No, that's lives. The red is your lives.
Mhm.
That's your strength.
Strength.
Craft. Okay, you're right. You're right. Strength, and then craft below that, and then lives at the bottom.
And fate
Now,
is what allows you to
significance-
reroll a dice.
Yeah, the significance of these is you can spend your fate to re-roll a dice. You can only,
Only
do
once.
it once per dice per turn. Now, fate and health are difficult things to recover. Fate is easiest for an evil character to recover because they can visit the graveyard, which is on the bottom of the board, and when they're there, they can pray and they'll receive fate back. They can completely restore their fate. A good character can go there to do this, but will lose one life for being in the graveyard. Health is the opposite. That's at the church. You can go there and get healed, but the opposite is true. Evil characters automatically lose one health for going there. Good characters can heal for free, effectively.
Right, okay. But, whereas I can go to the graveyard and the chapel for free.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, that's true. Also, strength is what you use for fighting, so a physical contest. Craft is what you use for psychic combat and various, crafty things you could do. It kind of makes sense. And then, life, when that hits 0, you die, but you don't get taken out of the game. When you die, your character is gone. You just re-roll a new character and start again, but all of your equipment is dropped on the tile.
Right, okay.
So you do kind of cycle through things. I'm so glad you came up here, Shen. I didn't want to encounter that. I really didn't want to encounter it.
We have encountered the cave-in. All characters in the dungeon must roll 1 die to determine
all
what happens to them.
I like it. Because
Lose
I'm not
1
there.
life, miss your next turn, or nothing happens. Now, as the ninja, isn't there anything special I can do here?
I think
Where's
you've
to
already
show my
chosen
ninja
to
abilities?
engage it. You've already chosen to encounter the card. Oh, actually, if you click continue, it may give you an opportunity to just not encounter it.
Well, where do you see your abilities for your? There we go. Let's see. You may evade any you may evade any enemies in any region except the inner region. Nope, nothing about events like this.
Okay.
All right.
Good
All
luck.
right, I gotta roll the dice. Let's see if we get a 5 or a 6.
Go
2,
to-
lose a life. Well, darn.
Or you could, use a fate.
Nah.
Okay.
All right, Aavak.
Nice job, guys.
Now I'm going to reroll.
Yeah.
Let's spend a fate. Hooray!
Missed your next turn.
Not so good, but
It's okay, dude. We're having fun here in the caves. What are these areas called anyway? These corner areas on the map.
The bottom corner is the Highlands. The top left is the city, and the top right, I forget actually.
The dungeon.
Oh, the dungeon. Yeah, we just read that.
That's where you are.
I am in the dungeons. I'm having
going
fun
to the
here.
Fields.
Very well.
Got a
Keep your eye
card.
on that gypsy, though.
Yeah. Magical vortex. Absorbs all spells from every character. Each character's spells in the magical vortex are discarded.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
That's not very nice.
That's a pretty good card.
Yeah.
But that means I can use my powers to avoid
Yeah.
the effects.
You throw caution to the wind, and the event affects you as normal. That sounds like a gypsy thing to do. I think you should roleplay it.
Hold on, was there any downside to using that power? Let me check that
No.
really
Was
quick.
there any downside to being the
No,
assassin?
there's no downside.
Yeah. Some of the characters.
From what I can tell, the
flat out.
characters' abilities are meant to be overpowered.
Yes.
If it looks like they're overpowered, they are. So use them as such.
My spells.
Alright, my turn.
Oh,
And
corner
that
to
was
corner.
not super useful from the
should
corner
go
to
hug
another
Death.
corner.
You can go hug Aavak in the cavern. He's stuck there.
I don't think you should.
Oh yeah, I could actually. I don't think I want to go into the dungeon just yet. I might just
Come
go
on,
into the
get us in
tavern.
the dungeon. We'll all be in the dungeon. It'll be fun. Got all of these boards to
Let's
play.
go. Come on,
I
go
think
fight
I want to
Aavak.
move away from you guys, like far away from the ninja,
Closer to death, though.
Yeah.
Good move there. Wise.
Ignored. Yeah,
Oh,
fine.
so you went to
Suppose
the
you.
chapel and you got ignored. Aw.
Yep. I moved away from the ninja. That's my strategy for this game. Be on the other side of the map.
All right, where are these places? What is this guy? The guard room. Bribe the guard. Either pay 2 gold or you're attacked by a guard with strength 5. Oh.
I like that. It's like,
Does that, well, does that count towards my ninja ability things where it says you may evade enemies in the region?
might be.
I guess that we can find out.
For science.
For science!
I think this one will be our last turn for this episode, though.
Let's see. Secret strike, roll dice, or view board. It looks like I can't evade him. Okay.
You do a secret strike, though. You'll take your craft away from his strength.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Yeah.
I have to roll a 6 just to equalize.
He ain't gonna roll a 6.
Well done. Now,
So does he get added as a trophy? No, he doesn't.
doesn't look like it. Generally, if you're forced to fight something as a result of the tile that you're on, usually it doesn't get added as a trophy. We'll probably cover trophies in the next episode, though, because we've got to wrap this one up. So thank you very much for joining us. We all hope you have enjoyed the episode, but that is going to be ta-ta for now from me and from Steejo, Marbozir, and Shen. They can say their own things. I don't know.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.